Okay, listen up. Can I do the transfer news again? Can I get back on that horse? No, you're not doing any of that, Ben.
Why?
No.
Why
I know you've been here a while now. I know we're quite a while into this trip, but you're still not really trustworthy. And the main problem is, you haven't got a studio, have you? Well, no, not since we've been on the road. I've not really had access to it. So until you get a studio, until you get, maybe some other reporters other than just yourself and Twitter, you're gonna have to wait for a transfer special. All right, then, fine. Well, how about you make a good deal then? 100,000, something big, something exciting. I mean, work on something. You've kind of turned it on me there a little bit. Yeah, I have done. That's fair enough. Yes. Right, well, let's make a deal then. How's that? All right, not a problem. Okay, 100,000. Okay. I'll report it. Well, as soon as that happens, as soon as we spend that amount of money, you can be involved. Yeah, deal. Like, as if you're ever going to, though. So. All right, good. Then we'll come to an agreement. An agreement. It feels like I'm unnerved by it. Yeah, it's uncomfortable, isn't it? Viewers, welcome back to another episode of Roadtrip. It is a new season, and I'm going to start off by showing you this. Benji wants Parma post. Apparently they've already done the interview process. The vacant manager's job at Parma has been decided. I saw it on the list, is the honest answer, and I thought, you know what? There's a time and a place to go back, and it could have been. They're in Serie B, but, alas, we're not going to be getting it. So another season at Morecambe, which is good, really, because I've planned for it. We've done a lot of transfers and that sort of business. So let's go through some of the transfers, all of the transfers. We haven't actually done that many. And talk you through the new look team for this League 2 onslaught we're going to have this season. Worth knowing that no one came in and offered me a job. So we're still here. As much as I think some of the Swedish Premier Division's jobs look quite good, I don't think they're going to accept me quite yet. We need a solid season somewhere to get further up the hierarchy of managerial positions. Okay then, so this is the transfer page. As before we carry on, I've got a new senior affiliate. That senior affiliate at Morecambe, it's Arsenal. Disappointingly though, because we are Morecambe and not like a Championship League One side, they don't want to loan me some of their best players. So we haven't got any of them so far. Yeah. The reason I bring it up is because Antonio Ferreira might be joining. Doesn't look that good, but it'd just be nice to have someone from Arsenal. That's literally the logic. But you saw here then, we've brought in £13,000, we've spent £25,500. Let's look at some of the outs first then. Tim Tantrum, as much as I like his name, has left the club. He's not really cut out to play. He's a free agent, hasn't been picked up by anyone yet. David Roberts, the left winger, again, not playing wingers this season really, so it didn't really make sense to bring him in, or to keep him around, I should say. 5'2". He's a bit lightweight for me in this division. Curtis Main has gone off to York, a player that I could have probably kept, but I didn't really play him, and when I did play him, he didn't really do that much. Made a little profit on him, though. That's nice to see. And Dominic Vose has also left the club, still a free agent, hasn't been picked up by anyone. Bit of a journeyman. For him to spend 3 years at a club is a bit shocking, really. Was all right last year, but again, 21 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist. Didn't really cut the mustard, and was on a relatively high wage for our team. So that meant we've brought in a few other players. We'll start off with the £25,000 man from Bohemians from Ireland. He's not actually amazing, so I don't think, you spent money on him, he must be amazing. He's not amazing, he's just solid. Centre-back, 2-star ability. Again, that might question that, but the Irishman comes in at the back for us. It's one area which we had a couple of loan players. Joe Adams, you remember from last season, has left the club. Daniel Byrne, though, has come in. Looks a bit like Daniel Bryan, that famous, you know who he is. Centre-backs were in demand today. We've brought in another one then. Oliver Jenkinson, got potential. That's really where we've brought him in. 18 years of age. Currently got 13 tackling, 12 marking, 10 heading. If those all rise up a couple, like say he's got 13 heading by the end of the season, something like that, then that I feel like would have been a good investment. We can probably get him shooted as well. He's got a good work rate. Physically, he's okay. If he can improve acceleration, get it around sort of the 10-11 mark, that would be good too. And at 18, he's certainly got time to do that. So he comes in as well. Oh, by the way, he's got fantastic hair. Notice. Mitch Rose then, central midfielder, one of the most well-rounded players we've got at the club now. A ball-winning midfielder, can play as a box-to-box or just simply as a central midfielder. Mitch Rose, I like the look of him a lot actually. He's been around sort of the lower leagues, League 2, bit of Vanarama national action as well. Had a few seasons where he played a lot, hasn't played so much in recent years, but bringing him in to play as sort of the backup to every single midfield role that we currently occupy. So yeah, Mitch Rose, hi there. One of my most exciting transfers really, Michel Efete. Now, I've already thought about this. As much as I like that name, we're changing it to Chef because you can get Chef out of the middle of his name. So we're going to call him Chef. I've already thought about it. Let's see if we'll cook up any good defensive displays. So Chef is going to be at the back. I think you could pretty good considering you got him on a free transfer, already valued at 120,000. That kind of tells you everything you need to know about how good he is. Can also play left back and right back if absolutely necessary. So versatile as well. Like the look of him. Lewis Davis is next on the striker. 17 finishing, 15 free kick taking, 14 heading. Physically leaves a little bit to be desired. Composure's okay, off the ball's alright, teamwork's very good. He's got some outstanding stats, is the point I'm making. We've only got him for a year, he'd only signed a year contract. He's been released by Newport County. He's not actually scored a league goal, but I'm not going to lie, folks. When you see a striker in League 2 with 17 finishing, 15 free kick taking, that's enough. That's enough to make the move. So he comes in, can play as a target man, probably will play as a target man. Good heading, as mentioned. Not the quickest, so it would make sense. The fact he's 5'11", a slight issue. But there we are then. Liam Davis has been brought in. We could have a Welsh combo up top with Selleck. This is going to be nice. And finally, I left him to the end. Ryan Williams is probably the best of the bunch. Again, very well-rounded central midfielder. It's actually going to play in the advanced playmaker role for us in behind the strikers. Tiger's going to probably drop to the bench for now, but there we are. Ryan Williams comes in at 30 years of age. I think he's a bit of an X-factor within this side. His physicals leave a little bit to be desired, and you can see, he's been around a little bit. Been in America, been at Newport County, Grimsby last season, where he wasn't amazing, but I do think if you play a team around a player like this, then you can get the best out of him, and hopefully he'll score a few free kicks as well, which could be pivotal. I don't remember scoring a single one last season, so that's part of the reason why we've brought him in. Ryan Williams, so wave. He's got a very cheeky sort of "hi everyone" look about his face. Yeah, I'm a fan. So there we are then. That is the team, and this is the system we're going to play. Now, while it looks as if our role abilities still aren't really cutting the mustard, someone asked me that actually. What does cutting the mustard mean? It's a good question. I don't think I've ever cut mustard. I've spread it before on some meat, but I've never cut mustard. So the team then looks like this. Chambers will be in goal. We'll go through them very quickly. We've got him back on loan from Nottingham Forest. He was the goalkeeper last year. Still got plenty of potential, so we've brought him back in. His handling and reflex is pretty good. McGowan, didn't see that much of him last year because of injuries, but he's going to play at the right back splot. Words are just escaping me right now. Physically, looks all right. Marking and tackling are pretty good, and his mentals aren't too shabby either. On the other side, Conlon, who was here last year, again was injured for most of the season, comes in, physically good, great stamina, marking, tackling's okay, and his crossing and dribbling are alright as well. So he could get forward more often than our previous left backs, right backs could have done. Edwards and Chef are going to be in the middle. You've already seen Chef, but there's Edwards next to him. Stays at the club. Josh Mottershead. Now, he's got lots of potential. This is the season, I think, for Josh to show that potential. He already looks pretty good. If he can increase all of these stats by 1 or 2, he's going to be a bit of a monster in this division, and we'll struggle to keep hold of him, to be honest. But there he is then. He's going to play in a deeper role. We've got Headley next to Noon. Headley, again, stays in the team. Ball-winning midfielder, does the job. You know, he's got some outstanding stats in terms of leadership as well. So we'll keep him in the middle. 6 foot. He's a weapon in there next to Harry Noon, who is a creative maestro in my own mind. Again, very well rounded. I mean, I showed you Mitch Rose before. Harry Noon and Headley are basically just a little bit better versions of him, but if they get injured or if anything happens to them, we could bring him on and have a sort of a good replacement, something we didn't really have last year, as you may have noticed in a few games. Williams then is going to play just ahead of them with Walters and Selleck to start up top in this side. Lewis Walters, our top goal scorer last season with 14 goals, as it was previously scored 19 as well. In this division, so I'm hoping for good things, and Selleck next to him hopefully again will be a player that improves. 15 determination. All of these stats should start to rise. Like, pace is great already. Finishing's okay. Again, if these can go up by a few, we will dominate this division. And I'm sort of relying on some of these youngsters now to progress further. First game of the season, coming up against Fleetwood, I think it is. Is it Fleetwood? It is Fleetwood in the Sky Bet League 2. Our pre-season was alright. Take a look at it there. Recent win against Blackpool, who are in the division above, isn't too bad at all. So let's crack on. Let's get involved. Fleetwood, we're coming for you. Now, at the start of any season, you know, you want to keep things fair. You want to make sure you're winning things. Instructions remain the same, by the way, for those interested. You want to make sure you're winning things. And look, this Morecambe side, have struggled year on year to not be a bottom half team. Okay, this is going to be the year that not only are they going to be not a bottom half team anymore, but a promotion candidate, a playoff contender. Look, now, if we get sacked after 10 games because we've won 2 matches or something, shut up. I mean, that's very defensive, isn't it? Let's face it. I mean, it's the first game of the season. They've got this guy in the middle. Where did he go? Albert Rafatrania. I mean, that would be a nickname immediately. I think I'll just call him AR. Because, I mean, who's putting that on the back of a shirt? That's ridiculous. Too many words. Where's he from? Madagascar. Oh, I love that. Oh, How much is he? 425? Leave it. He looks amazing for Fleetwood. He's from Nice! So he was released from Nice. I'm going to Nice. How have they got a player released from Nice? How do you get... No, this isn't... I'll be honest, folks. I've been obviously in the transfer window for a little while now. I've not really signed anybody good. So, I mean, how come? Some of them are alright, you know, they're not bad. This French keeper, none of them are interested. How on earth have they picked up a guy who's... bloody Nice? Right, this season we're going the calm team talk approach. I mean, it's got that... That's gone... bloody well. Right, come on then. Right, the new season kicks off. The camera battery's dying. Hang on. Oh, shit, a brick. Oh, no, I've knocked just one of the trophies over. Bloody hell. Right, there we go. We're saved. And the first half's nearly over. I mean... Right, we're going to switch to standard for the second half. Although control's been working pretty well, I'm going to say I'm happy with the performance out there so far. And everyone looks really happy about that. In terms of possession and passes made, we carry on from last season. We're having most of the ball. And the problem is currently, though, we're not really doing that much with it. Overall, though, we are playing better than Fleetwood. It's the matter, though, can we get a goal? I mean, a 0-0 will be next level underwhelming. Half an hour to go. I mean... No, we've not seen anything. We'll bring Tiger on, maybe, for Williams. Oh, no, but I think Williams is playing all right. Do you know what? I'm going to do you know what? At this point, I'd usually make changes. I'm sticking with the team. There's a chance to Fleetwood. Ball play... Oh, God's sake. Ryan Edwards. He's given away a penalty. Who's stepping up for them? Cardwell is stepping up for them. It was going, so we'll go attacking no matter what happens. 71 minutes gone. It's Fleetwood 1, Morecambe 0. Proving that the transfers, they were a treat. They were great. I've done well in the window, Ben. Well done you. Okay, can we find a way back in? I'll make the change I was going to make now. Tiger's going to come on. Mitch Rose is going to get his debut as well in the centre. There's not really much else we can do, if we're completely honest. Right, they're the only changes we'll make. Let's see if those two boys, those fresh legs, that fresh impetus can make a difference. We'll also team talk, passionate, get creative as the time is ticking down. This is so typical. This is so typical of a video. Time's ticking down. We're well over the allotted 3 minutes of added time. I don't know what happened. Chef heads on. Full time at the Globe Arena, which makes it sound more grand than it is. Morecambe 0. Fleetwood 1. You were unlucky today. They love that. They love that. Was it a penalty kick? I mean, we should really, we should look at the incident. Am I gonna get angry with what happened with Edwards? All right, let's go for the behind goal low view. Hang on. All right, let's just hide these briefly. So let's take a look. Let's see if it was indeed a foul. The ball's whipped in. Now, I mean, what is it? If that's Edwards there, number 5. What has occurred? Let's get a different angle on this. So as the ball comes in, keep your eyes here. On number 5, what does he do? What does he do? What? This referee is having an absolute laugh. I wouldn't normally do this, but right, no contact. There's no contact. Give me another angle. Quickly. Zoomed vertical scrolling. Keep your eyes top of the screen here, look. We know what's happening. Any contact at all? What on earth has happened? There's corruption in League 2! So that's how I've lost the game, is it? No wonder when I said... Because the funny thing was, right, when I said we were unlucky, they were all up for that. They were like, yeah, we were unlucky. That is some bullshit. I mean, that's kicked off the season as well. That's the first thing. That's the first kick-off of the season. Unlucky in defeat. Right. I mean, Cardwell scored the winner from the spot after Edwards gave away a penalty for pushing his opponent in the area. No, he didn't. No, he picking didn't. Didn't push anybody. Absolute bollocks. Your team clearly feel aggrieved by the decision to award a penalty to Fleetwood today. Do you think the officials got it wrong? I'm sorry. I feel sorry for the officials. I do believe they made the wrong call, but Williams made the most of the incident to convince them that there was to make their own judgment. Yeah, that one! What do you make of the claims of Luke Williams once again found himself on the favourable side of a controversial decision? I'm sickened by it. I'm hardly surprised. He gets the rub of the green more often than not. You think that sort of luck would run out at some point. Give me the fine, FA. Honestly, I'm sick of this. You must feel robbed after that. How on earth did you lose it? We played brilliantly. Can't fault that. Luck was just not on our side today. Agree with that. Ryan Edwards made a pretty horrendous mistake today, which ended up costing your team again. How upset is he? Not true. I mean, can the journalists make their mind? No comment. Your side dominated the game today with 60% possession. How do you find yourself on the losing side? How did that happen? Get out. I don't want to. I'm not talking to you anymore. I've lost my cool, apparently. Giving controversial penalty. No shit. I'm just interested to see if the FA want to find me. I mean, we're not going to play another game. I'm just interested. Oh, the Fleetwood manager's giving it. Oh, I would have given it if I was in charge. Absolute nonsense. End this video. If you have enjoyed today's video, please do leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. And remember, if you are going for a header in the box, don't worry about getting it. Just dive, because that works fine. See you again tomorrow. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Goodbye. God damn it.